I'm Christina Aguayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. The Senate Judiciary Committee has launched a formal investigation into the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for allegedly violating IRS rules by funneling hundreds of millions of dollars to the Chinese Communist government and linked organizations. FYI, charities are not allowed to fund foreign governments. The investigation extends beyond the Gates Foundation to other major nonprofits, including the Rockefeller Brothers Fund and the Tides Foundation, as reports indicate they are involved in the same type of money funneling to the Chinese Communist Party. Critics say this is the reason Gates suddenly did an about-face on his position on climate change, going from humanity will end due to climate change to it's not really that big of a deal. The committee's investigation announcement came one day before Gates backtracked on his years of promoting an inevitable doomsday because of climate change. The committee asserts that Gates' funding bolstered China's green tech dominance while the U.S. restricted its own energy production under climate policies Gates once championed. Others are calling Gates a hypocrite for pushing emissions cuts globally while funding China's pollution-laden authoritarian agenda at the expense of U.S. interests, including national security. Since 2002, the Gates Foundation has given Chinese organizations more than $573 million. The foundation's trust also holds $60 million in stocks of Chinese firms designated as military companies by the Pentagon. The committee is demanding records on funding criteria, IRS compliance, and any potential tax liabilities by November 10th. Gates wrote a 17-page memo urging a strategic pivot away from the doomsday climate change agenda he's been pushing for decades, now saying that climate change will not lead to humanity's demise and that people will be able to live and thrive despite any climate change. The DOJ has launched an investigation into the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, looking into whether its top leaders, including co-founders Patrisse Cullors and Alicia Garza, misused more than $90 million in donations raised during the 2020 George Floyd riots. According to the feds, the money that was supposed to support Black communities was used on personal luxuries and real estate deals, raising questions about what was really going on in one of the most widely known activist organizations. Subpoenas have been issued to Black Lives Matter's executives, and at least one search warrant has been executed. BLM reported taking in over $90 million in just months, with accusations that the money was siphoned away from community programs and into the pockets of elite leaders, pointing to a pattern of elite exploitation under the guise of social justice. Some of the people being investigated include Cullors, who stepped down as executive director in 2021 after backlash over her purchase of multiple high-end properties totaling millions of dollars. Prosecutors are looking into transactions like BLM's purchasing of a $6 million Los Angeles mansion in 2022, touted as a safe house and content production hub, but was allegedly used for private events and leader perks. The spending, investigators say, amounts to wire fraud and money laundering. And real quick, I want to remind you that Medicare costs are set to go up next year. So if you want to save more than $1,000 a year, listen up, because not only will you be paying more for your deductible and premiums, but some Medicare Advantage plans are disappearing altogether. It can be confusing with so many different plans and options, but I got a quick and easy solution for you. Chapter. I've partnered with Chapter because I believe in what they're doing. They want to help, and they'll do it for free. Just call the number on your screen or go to askchapter.org/Christina. It'll take 20 minutes, and they'll do all the work. Give them a call. It'll be well worth your time. Chapter. Federal agents seized more than 300 high-powered rifles and pistols that were hidden in the fake walls of 2 utility trailers being driven into Mexico. The operation, part of the Trump administration's aggressive Operation Take Back America, targets Mexican drug cartel networks that thrive on weapons smuggled from the United States. The interception happened at the Juarez-Lincoln Port of Entry in Laredo, where CBP officers were suspicious about 2 vehicles towing enclosed white box trailers. After a quick search, the arsenal, including thousands of rounds of ammunition and high-capacity magazines, was discovered. Officials say the weapons were headed for Mexican drug cartels, adding that Biden-era open border policies helped fuel an escalation in this type of weapons trafficking. Driving the vehicles were Emilio Ramirez Cortez, 48, a Mexican citizen with legal U.S. residency, and his son Edgar Emilio Ramirez Diaz, a U.S. citizen, both living in Alabama. According to court records, the duo confessed that they had smuggled weapons across the border multiple times, including 12 full trailers loaded with guns, primarily AR-15 style rifles and other high-caliber handguns and long guns, ideal for cartel enforcers in turf wars. Both men are facing charges of smuggling firearms, ammunition, magazines, and accessories, as well as trafficking weapons, offenses that carry the potential for decades in prison if convicted. That's what you need to know. In Dallas, Christina Aguayo.